Hello guys.
Okay.
Today we are going to discuss about Ansible. Okay, Ansible is a automation tool where you can provision your infrastructure in cloud using Ansible scripts. Okay, so normally what you do is you write script and establish connectivity between your servers and your cloud, and then it connects to the cloud, creates, for example, launches EC2 instances, creates VPCs, creates databases, and if there are any configuration changes needed in your servers, it will do. Okay, so actually what is main advantages of the automating? Okay, and Ansible. Automating remote system provisioning and application deployment. That means if you want to provision your server, for example, if you need a web server, first of all, what we will do, you will create one VPC on your AWS, and you launch several servers. For example, you need 100 servers. You launch 100 servers, and if they are web, you need to install Apache on all the servers and configure it, or you have to run user data, I mean bootstrap script while launching the server. Okay, so later that if you want to modify anything server specifically, or any upgrade you need to do on your 100 machines, you don't go to log into each server and install the updates and make the configuration changes. Okay, people use automation tool like Ansible. Okay, Ansible, Chef and Puppet are similar thing, but Ansible is agent based. You can install any agent. For example, there are so many applications which work like server client model or server agent model. So uh, the main application will be in your main server, and a client a client application will be in your client machines, so that the communication will be established. Okay, for example, if you have a web server and you have a browser, here browser is a client or agent. Okay, all the web server will be connected through browser itself. Okay, the web content will be browsed through browser itself. So like that, if you use Chef is client based, so you need to install client application first on all the remote machines, and then only you can connect to the machine. So Ansible is very instantaneous, so whenever you launch the machine, you can simply connect using your SSH, and you can do your stuff. And the scripting language is very simple. If you can understand English, then it is more than enough. Okay, so all the modules will be given by Ansible itself, and you can simply use the modules. I'll show you what they are. Okay, and installation requirement. Okay, Ansible is made up of, I mean, it runs on top of Python. Okay, it was developed using Python. So you need to have, see, one is here, if I say controller machine, that is Ansible main server. If I say it is node, that is remote machine. Okay, controller machine and node. Remember this. The minimum requirement of a controller machine is Python 2.6. Okay, or above. Any OS except Windows. Ansible doesn't work on Windows. Okay, normally it supports, but you cannot have controller machine on Windows. Okay, you can have Windows nodes, but uh, you cannot install Ansible as a controller machine on Windows. And all the manager node requirement is Python 2.4 or above versions. So before installing, you need to check whether Python is installed or not. Okay. Normally, all the Linux machines come with Python installed on it, but you need to just check the version of it. Okay. These are the different installation commands. from different repositories like pip, yum, and apt-get. You can use on your choice, depends on your operating system. Okay. So if you are using Red Hat or CentOS, you can use yum commands, and if you are using Debian or Ubuntu, you can use apt-get commands. Likewise, you can also use your pip if your operating system supports it. Okay. So coming to the basics of Ansible, there is a structure in Ansible, like there are different types of files and folder structure. The main thing is inventory file. Okay, inventory file is a list of hosts. That means if you want to run a single command or single script on 1,000 machines, right? You will list all the IPs of those 1,000 machines on the inventory file, so that whenever you check, whenever you run the script, right, it checks on inventory file, and as per the group you mentioned there, it runs that particular commands or scripts on um, all the hosts, all the nodes listed on the inventory file. Okay, that is simple as that. Actually, you have list of servers, and when you run the script will be run remotely on all the servers listed on inventory file. That is it. Okay, we can organize groups of hosts and groups of groups. For example, if you have different servers listed on the host file, you can group different servers like uh, web server, application server, like that. You can even have group of groups. Okay, we will discuss what these are. Okay, so when you run a script, you will give the group name, so that the script will be run on all the servers which are in that group. And also you can define ports or overrides. That means uh, if you are using any custom ports for SSH, for example, you can mention the port number as well, IP colon port, so that it will connect through that port and runs the commands. Okay, we can have our own custom inventories as well, but you have so many servers, and you are unable to manage with a single inventory file, and you think it may interrupt other servers. Then you can have um, your custom inventory file. By default, hosts hosts file is the inventory file of Ansible. This is different from etc hosts of operating system. This is separated, and the default location will be /etc Ansible hosts. Okay, this is the default file. If you have custom inventory file, you can change the name. Okay, and the main scripting file is called playbook. Okay, it's a script of tasks to run on hosts. It contains place. Here is the structure. Here is the structure. Um, Playbooks contains place. Place contains tasks. Tasks call modules. Modules do all the work. Okay. So when I write a script, right, then you will understand betterly. But for now, remember, playbook content place. Okay. So each play is a separate set of tasks. Okay. So for example, if I want to uh, install Apache web server, and I have to modify my uh, index.html, and then I need to copy my HTML content, and then I have to start service. So these are list of tasks. Okay, these are list of tasks. So I group these tasks in single play. Okay, single play, and play has tasks. Okay, each task called modules. Modules are nothing but modules are nothing but actual code which runs the task. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly module is, and actually all the work will be done with module itself. Okay, tasks and modules. Tasks call modules to perform some activity on server. Okay, changes are made. Many modules are provided by Ansible, or we can write our own. See, let me show you what Ansible does. Yeah, Shivaji PP is not OS, it is for a particular OS. It is just a repository. If you are using Ubuntu also, you can use pip. Okay. Um, Ansible is very easy to write. Ansible scripts are very easy to write. All the scripts are written in, for example, I've written in YAML format, YML format. Okay. So, for example, these are the module index. You have all the modules, cloud modules, cluster modules, command modules, file modules, anything. If I click file module, I can have so many modules. For example, I take copy module, copies file to remote location. So the Ansible will give all the examples, but you have to use as per your requirement. That is it. So this is the copy module. This is source. This is destination, and who is owner, who is group, and uh, mode. Mode means the permission we set to that particular file and ownership. Okay, this is the simple command. So all these modules are given by Ansible itself. You don't need to worry about that. What you need to understand which module to use for your requirement. That is it. Okay. Uh, then we'll see this. So modules do everything like installing packages, running commands, copy files, mount drives, etc. So you need to choose particular module. So if you want to launch any EC2 instance, uh, EC2 instance from cloud, you can simply write your own. I mean, you can simply choose cloud modules. Okay, so that is how it works. And next thing is handler. Handlers are tasks that get run after certain trigger. For example, if um, uh, if you install a Tomcat server and after running that server you have to start the service. So that task would be done by handler. Okay, they always run at the end of the play and are only run once, no matter how many times you have been triggered. They have been triggered. Okay, for example, here after configuring Apache, you can restart it. Okay, if you have any configuration done to Apache, then you can restart the service using handlers. So variables, templates, and facts. In any scripting language, we use the variables to change the values of particular keys. Okay, variables allow you to change your configuration for different environments. Say for example, you have the same script and you want to run on different environments, but the values would be different. For example, the host name, IP address, URL, anything. Those can be different. So in that case, you will just change the variables and you trigger the script. So templates are here we use Ginger templating for Ansible. Templates allow you to copy configuration files and update certain sections using variables. For example, you have 1,000 Apache servers, okay, 1,000 web servers, but you found that you need to add or remove some content from the configuration file, or you want to edit some configuration file. Okay, so you don't manually log into all the 1,000 servers and change it. Okay, so you may change in different places, or you can have multiple or we say multiple entries on the same file. In that case, what you will do is you will get the original configuration file and replace the values with keys and save it as a template mode. So what this template do is it will whenever you trigger the you run the script, it will replace all the variables with the values you given on the variable file, and it overrides the existing configuration file. Okay, in that case, there will be no confusion. Your exact configuration file will be deployed to that particular server. Okay, Ginger templating is very easy. I'll tell you how it works. And facts or information collected about each server in your inventory. Okay, so for example, uh, there is yum repository and there is what we say apt-get repository. Okay, you want to install Tomcat on um, both the machines using one script. So what this fax does is it collects the data about which operating system it is. So if it is Red Hat or CentOS, then install through yum command. If it is Debian or Ubuntu, install through apt-get command. So this kind of intelligence it has using facts. Okay, it collects the information first and executes uh, as per the information taken. Okay, for example, it can take IP address, memory, disk space, etc. Okay, you can do monitoring stuff also. If, for example, if memory is very high, you can do some remediation steps on that. Okay, so you can use facts to help with server configuration or apply settings to templates. Okay, and role is very important thing. Okay, roles are independent set of roles is also set of script which is independently you can run, and it allows better organization and reuse of your tasks. For example, for single purpose, for example, installation of Apache. Okay, you don't need to write all the time whenever you want to install Apache. Okay, you can just simply create one role and put aside for one time, and you just call from the script wherever it needs. Okay, for example, if you want to change host name of a server, right? So you don't need to you don't need to write the host name script all the time whenever you want to run. Okay, you just simply create one role and just you simply call from any playbook. Right. It helps us not to repeat yourself. So yeah, you don't need to write your same script again and again for all the playbooks. You just need to write one and keep aside. You can reuse it. It is defined by structure. I'll tell you what structure it has. It has a different structure like defaults, variables, tasks, etc. I'll explain you each and everything when we use role. You can have a job specific role. For example, web role for web server configuration, app role for app server configuration. If you want to use these in different playbooks, you can simply call this. Okay, and we also have Ansible Galaxy, which is a store of roles. You can, that means so many people write roles for different applications and they'll upload to Ansible Galaxy, and you can simply clone those roles to your local machine, and you can, your controller machine, and you can modify if you want, and you can run the roles. Okay, so now I have provisioned, I have launched two machines, two AWS machines with base Ubuntu image. Okay, there is nothing else. Let us check how to install um, Ansible on this. Let me connect to my controller machine. Use this. Oh, this is web server. Okay. So this is controller machine. Okay. So this is my controller machine. Oh, no, this is 23 143 and this is 3143. This is 3143 is my web server. I have not installed anything yet. It has just Ubuntu, and this is my Ansible controller machine. Okay. Now I'll check these commands. So here, these are the dependencies first. Okay. Before going to dependencies, I'll check my Python version. So my Python is not installed. Okay. Now I am installing Python. So the command is given there itself. It is not installed. Python 3 is already installed, but why is it not showing up? Python 3 is already installed. Yeah, now I got it. So for Python 3 we have to use like this, right? This is a command Python 3 hyphen version. So I have higher version than 2.6 which is required. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll install all these things. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is also installed. Software properties common is the latest version. Okay, that is also fine. And I'm adding apt-get to repository. Ansible to apt-get repository. Okay. Okay. It doesn't matter. I'll update and install Ansible. Okay. So maybe it's like this. Yes, it is not accepting capital A. Now it is added. Then once you add any application to PPA, I mean your repository, you need to take an update of that particular repository. Okay, so I'm taking the update. apt-get update. Whenever you add an application to repository, it will only add a link to the actual repository path. Whenever you hit update, then only it takes all the latest one. Okay, now I have updated. Now I'll install it. So it is saying after this operation, 37.6 MB of the additional disk space will be used. I'll say yes. And in the meantime, we will check what version of Python we have on there. Python 3 -, version. It also has Python 3. So, okay. Now Ansible is installed on my machine. Okay, so what it is saying, Ansible 2.3.0.0 is my version, and main configuration file is ansible.config, which is in /etc/ansible directory. Okay, configure module search path default, it overrides. Okay, and Python version it is using is this. So that means it installed Python. Let us check. Yeah, it installed it. So we have Python 3 and this also, no problem. Okay. Now what we have to do? Let us check the files first. PC Ansible. So these are the main files and directories. We have Ansible config file, host file, which is inventory, and roles directory. Let us check we have any roles on this. No, roles is empty. Okay, let us check whether, yeah, this is how the configuration file looks. Okay, it has all the information. Okay, uh, see you have inventory. By default, it takes the inventory file from host. If you want to change this inventory, you can change it. Okay, you can have all the other things, libraries, sudo, users, etc. And you can have SSH connectivity handlers. So normally what it gives is, it gives it all the default options. If you want to change anything, you can simply change it. Okay. So now we will check the inventory file. This is the inventory file. We don't have any servers till now. So you see the example. Here you check here. It should live in /etc Ansible host. Comments begin with hash. Blank spaces are ignored. Groups of hosts are determined by square brackets. Okay, you see here, square brackets. Here it is written header. Header is the main, name of the group. You can enter host names or IP addresses. A host name or IP address can be membered of multiple groups. So you can give like this green.example.com, that is your host name or DNS name, or you can simply give IP. Okay. If you use any group, you can start that group with square brackets, and then you um, you give your DNS name or host names. So you just call the group and the script will be executed in all the groups. And you can have same IP address or DNS name in multiple groups. For example, you have one Ubuntu group and one web server group, and that web server is Ubuntu and web server. Okay, so you can add that particular host in multiple groups. Okay, it will work. So let us check first how to write our own scripts, own simple playbook. Okay, now if we check, oh, this session got expired, let me connect again. Okay, so what is the IP address of this machine? Yeah, this is 31. So sorry, IP is different. Okay, so this is my web server. Now I want to write a simple playbook and install my Apache on this server. Okay, I will let you know how to change host name later. So let us first check connectivity between two servers. Ping. From my Ansible controller machine, I am pinging the IP of my web server. So I am using private. Let us check whether private IP is pinging or not. So this is public IP. So let me ping to the private IP. 172.31.30.143. Okay, it is also pinging. So now what I'll do is I'll open my host file, and then I add one entry. So here I'm not changing anything, uh, but I'm adding one group in square brackets, web server. So web server is my group and I'm adding my IP address. Okay. But it simply doesn't work like this. I have to add my key as well, unless you cannot SSH to it. So let us check. Oh, it is read only. Just a minute. I need to be root. Before doing that, I'll check my SSH connectivity. SSH Ubuntu at the rate 172.31.30.143. Yes. Okay, my SSH is working. So I think I don't need to do anything but adding that. No, sorry. My SSH is not working because permission denied. Because I am not using any key, right? So now what I have to do is, first of all, I need to have that PEM file. Okay. So where is my PEM file? Thing. Yeah, this is my PEM file. I'm copying this PEM file and creating one on my controller machine. Okay, so vi myweb.pem and I'm pasting. Oh, so actually I have to remove these lines. Okay, this is my PM file and now I'm saving it and I need to give permissions to this file. What permission it required? Okay, chmod 400 and my web PM. Okay, now I will check my SSH connectivity. It is 172.31.30.140. Now I logged into that machine. Oh, this session got expired. You see here, the IP got changed. This is hostname. Hostname got changed. So now my connectivity is good. That is how you have to check. Now I have to pass same SSH key in my Ansible script. Okay, I'm going back to Ansible controller machine. So here is the thing. So in this file, I'm creating one group called web server, and then I'm giving my IP. What is the IP? Let me connect again. Yeah, my node's IP is 172.31.30.143. Then I have to mention my SSH user and SSH key. Okay, Ansible SSH user equals, here my user is Ubuntu. Okay, so I give Ubuntu and my key Ansible SSH private underscore key underscore file. So these are standard, you have to use the same way I'm giving. So it is in etc Ansible slash myweb.pem file. Okay, so now I can establish connection from Ansible. How do you check the connection? Ansible web server -m ping. So I have given wrong IP address. Here it is saying 3143, there is no dot. So I'll go back to the file again and edit it. This is my typo. Here there should be a dot. Now I am trying to ping again. Again it failed. My IP is correct. So user bin Python not found. Python national version. You need to check these things, depends on the operating system you select. The AMI you select. I am using AWS. Okay, so let me check whether we have this user bin Python is there or not. So it is looking for Python here. There is no Python here, but it is checking Python. It has Python 3. Okay, let me check this way. So this is linked to Python 3. So here Python is not installed. Okay, Python 3 is there, but actually it is looking for Python some 2. Version. So when I check Python version, it is saying it is not there. So I need to install on my controller machine. So my command is apt-get. You can use apt-get or apt, both will work. Install Python. Yes. So everything will be in your error message itself. So it is clearly saying that user bin Python is not working on this machine. Okay, so it is not found. Now I will check Python again. Now I have this Python. Okay, now it will ping. You see? So those are the minimum requirements. You need to have Python 2.0 version there, and here on controller machine as well. So now it is pinging. So this ping is different from normal OS ping. Okay, normally you run shell command, right? Ping, that is different. But whether Ansible is able to connect to your remote machine or not, that will uh, make the change. Okay, so whenever you are doing, you have to run a command like this. Okay, so let me check, let me run few commands, ad hoc commands before writing any playbook. So we can simply get the details. Okay, so now I am running a command on the remote machine, Ansible web server. I'm giving only my group name, web server name. Okay, -m setup -a, and I'm using filter equals Ansible asterisk IPv4 asterisk. Unsupported module. Why is it saying Ansible setup module? So depends on these versions. People change the name of the modules. Okay, then you need to um, check in your Ansible. Okay, leave it for now. It will be confusing. Um, let me run few shell commands so that you can understand. Okay, for now, you see we are able to ping the remote machine here. Okay, and see the IP is this IP config. You can simply check the IP here itself, here, whether we are able to ping or not. And let me run one more command and check the setup. -m setup web server setup -a filter equals Ansible underscore OS underscore family. So see, what I did is setup is a module which gives all the details of the operating system. Among the details, I'm filtering Ansible OS family, which OS it has. It is Debian. Okay, Ubuntu is built on Debian, so it is saying Debian. If you are using any, uh, I mean, any particular, what we say, any particular other OS, for example, Red Hat or CentOS, it will show it here. Okay, so let us run few more ad hoc commands and we will check. Okay, so The command format will be like this. Ansible is the command for Ansible, okay, and web server. Web server is the group of my host machine. I mean, group of my inventory file. So this group will have multiple host machines. Here we have only one, that is why it is showing only one result. If you have 100, it will show 100 results. And -m is module, okay, -m is module, and I'm using the shell module for now, and -a is option where you give command. So my command will be, what command can I give? I'll give the same command what I have given here. Let us check the output here. This is the command I have given to sort my Python file thread. I'm giving the same command from here to check that. So ll web Python. Oh, ll command is not found actually. We will check ls. ll is not the direct command, so it will not be in bin. So we will try ls command. So it failed, but it is not giving any error. Otherwise, I'll give simply tile command. Just a minute. So actually, this is a binary file I'm checking. Let me check some log file. Yeah, this log file has some script, right? So I'll check this. You can, what I'm saying, trying to say is you can run any Linux command. Okay. So it gives the same output what we have here. Okay, this is the output from the dbk. So likewise, you can run any command using Ansible group name -m and module name. You specify any module. Okay, you can specify any module, and say I'm giving module name and -a and the command to run. So this is a format of ad hoc commands. Okay, please do install on your machines, install Ansible on your machines, and keep one host machine ready, so that tomorrow onwards we are going to write actual scripts on Ansible machines. Okay, do you have any doubts? Please ask me. Okay, if you don't have any doubts, I'll end this session, and we will check tomorrow. Okay. My local machine or in AWS? That depends, Sivaji. If you have two machines in network, you can use your local machines. If you are, for example, if you have two machines in a network, two VMs are in network on your local environment, you can use them. Otherwise, you need to use AWS.